Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Scoreboard Focus. So, today we'll be focusing on the topic of Cunha versus Mount on the left side of the attacking line for Manchester United. So, this has been a subject of interest lately. And yeah, Man United fans are a little bit they're having a difference of opinion in whether Cunha or Mount should start. So we're gonna discuss more about that so that we can further understand why Coach Ruben Amorim is preferring Mount over Cunha for the past couple of games. So, and we can see we're going to discuss how maybe Cunha can fight his way back into the starting lineup. So, Man United under Ruben Amorim favors two number 10s just behind the striker. And the preferred formation, of course, is 3-4-2-1. And yeah, so far, it's a system that's working well for Mason Mount. And, Mason Mount has a lot of work ethic. And of course, he was signed from Chelsea and he made a name for himself at Stamford Bridge and even won the Champions League there. And ever since we signed him, he hasn't really found his feet up until his recent form. And this season, he has been playing good, even though the team itself has not been performing that well. So, Matheus Cunha and Mason Mount are both number 10s, and they play their best game, or they have an advantage in attack by playing on the left side. So, Ruben Amorim at the moment is preferring to use Mason Mount. But let's not forget what Cunha did at Wolves. He was a star man there. He was the best player at Wolves, and he proved himself for a couple of seasons previously that he is a top class player and is a player that who deserves to play for the biggest teams in Europe. So, of course, Cunha at Wolves, he got a lot of freedom in terms of the way he played his game. He played the number 10 role for Wolves, and sometimes he could also play as a lone striker. So he has the pedigree to score more goals. I think that's one advantage that he has over Mason Mount. The Manchester United Mason Mount has had a lot of injuries and hasn't really performed to the best of his abilities. But the Mason Mount of Chelsea, ability-wise, I think that he has more talent. He has more talent. But Cunha is a goal threat. Cunha has proved for the past 2 seasons that he's one of the best strikers in the world. And, he's got 15 goals, provided 6 assists in 33 appearances for Wolves last season. And this is a type of form that attracted attention from top European clubs. And Manchester United were able to acquire his services for 62.5 million. So he earned this move, and he's definitely good enough to start to be in the starting lineup. But now Manchester United have depth in their squad, and when everybody's fit, Manchester United actually have quality players in every position. Maybe we might need to add a goalkeeper or two just to strengthen that position there. But up front, I mean, Manchester United is blessed with pure attacking talent. So Cunha so far has played 6 games for United, 2 starts and 4 appearances as substitute, and has not yet scored or assisted a goal. So I think this is due to the way the team has performed. The performances have not been good enough from the team. The formation has not worked as well as it should be by now, because Ruben Amorim has now more than 12 months, or 12 months exactly in charge. And yeah, his tactics are quite questionable, and the players sometimes look lost. So I think that um, this is due to the poor form. Even if a great player like Cunha comes into a top team, if the team is not playing well, he's not going to, you know, show his best capabilities or display them. So Cunha has recently admitted that he feels pressure to perform and is still adapting to Manchester United's system. I mean, he's coming from Wolves, and no disrespect to Wolves, but Manchester United are a bigger team and they have a bigger project. And yeah, Cunha has admitted that he has to improve, and he has a lot of he's a versatile player. He's not only a number 10, he can play number 9. Pretty much anywhere in the attacking position on the wing. He has what it takes to cause trouble in offensive positions. So in terms of Mason Mount, um, he is a player that you know most most, or if not all, managers that he has worked under, they really appreciate his talent. And he's not only good offensively but defensively as well. I think he has more work rate. His work rate is much greater than Cunha's. Not to say that Cunha is not a hard worker or he's not working hard for the team, but Mason Mount is a type of player that can really contribute more, even defensively. And he understands Ruben Amorim's system more. I mean, he's been there longer than Cunha, so I think that is also working to his advantage in terms of him being or getting more minutes on the pitch. So, you know, Mount joined Manchester United from Chelsea in July 2023. Um, and yeah, it was a 55 million deal plus 5 million add-ons. And, the Mason Mount of Chelsea was something out of this world. He actually reminded me of the Brazilian Oscar. I mean, he played like him. He scored a lot of goals. He created a lot of goals, and he was unstoppable. And I was pretty surprised when I heard that Chelsea were willing to let him go. I just couldn't understand, because how do you let go of such a brilliant player? I mean, that season when they won the Champions League, Mount was unstoppable. I think at that time he was the best attacking midfielder in the world. So we as Manchester United friends, we haven't seen the best of Mason Mount. We have seen glimpses of what he can do. Remember that game uh, between Manchester United and Lyon at Old Trafford when he scored a couple of goals. He showed glimpses of what he could do, and we are seeing those glimpses again at the start of the season from Mason Mount. And yeah, I mean, he has high work rate, pressing intensity, and these are the things that Ruben Amorim needs from a player, even attacking players. So I think at the moment, Mason Mount is winning. He's winning. He's able. He's convincing Ruben Amorim every time, every game, to pick him for the next one, and his recent form has really been very, very good. And yeah, his performances against Sunderland, scoring that beautiful goal, you know, nice first touch, brilliant finish into the back of the net. That was beautiful. So uh, Mason Mount is very, very compatible to Ruben Amorim's system. So the statistical comparison here is that Cunha's played 6, Mount has played 6 games as well. But obviously, Cunha has come off the bench in 4 games, and sometimes I think there was one game that he got injured and he had to be substituted. So we haven't seen the best of Cunha as yet. But he's a terrific player. So in terms of total shots, Cunha has more shots, and that's an obvious statistic because Cunha is a striker. He has to take more risks in order to score. Passing completion, that's a surprise. I thought that Mason Mount would have more pass completion, but Cunha has a very good passing rate. And, it also shows that he is good with link up play. And yeah, he has successful tackles. All right. You would expect Mason Mount to do more, to have more tackles because, he does a lot of pressing more than Cunha. So Cunha has taken more shots with also higher passing accuracy. Mount has scored and has completed more tackles in fewer minutes played. So, you know, back. So it's obvious here that Mount has 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 really been working harder offensively, and that's what Ruben Amorim needs in his system. It has not been the best for United, but now Ruben Amorim is starting to use different formations during a game. So he changes the shapes of how the team is constructed during the game, so which is very good. It shows that Ruben Amorim is actually willing to use different formations. He's willing to expand the team's mission and vision in how they play. And that's very good because, he has seen that the system that he has used, just sticking to it, 3-4-3, is not really working. And I'm sure that he wants to uh, be a manager at Manchester United for a long period. So he has to also adjust and also, you know, convince the players that he has on his philosophy, because sometimes, like I said, the players look a little bit lost. But now with Ruben Amorim using different formations during a game, that that, that could be a turning point for the team and how it performs. So the conclusion is uh, who is the better fit? Well, at the moment, in this system of 3-4-2-1, Mount, I think that is going to take this one. Personally, I think that Mason Mount is going to continue to start because he's not only dangerous offensively, but also defensively. And that's the type of work rate that you need, especially when you're playing against, uh, you know, top teams like Liverpool, the champions, and especially away. You're going to need players who are ready to run, who are ready to work hard. Not to say Cunha is lazy. No, 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 no. There are different types of players. Um, Cunha, I think for now, it, maybe if Ruben Amorim tries to play him in another position, but I think that Mount is gonna keep his place. in the starting lineup, because his work rate is amazing, passing ability, tactical understanding of how Ruben Amorim wants his team to play. These are the things that are very, very crucial for a player who wishes to play in the starting lineup. You know, the manager has to believe in the player's quality. And most importantly, the manager has to see that the player understands how he wants him to play. So both players offer different strengths. And Amorim, he has to do what he has to do. He has to play players that can, you know, adapt to his system. He has to play players that can hopefully, help him to improve his winning rate, to improve the team as a whole, the way they play, and to actually start winning games. Ruben Amorim's biggest problem right now is that he's just not winning games. He wins one, he draws, or he loses. So he needs to get a consistent run of games playing, run of games winning. So now, I think that Ruben Amorim will stick to Mount and possibly move Cunha around to see where he could play, or he might have to just settle for a role as somebody who comes from the bench, but it's a good competition. I think that these players will challenge each other. Cunha needs to be in the starting lineup because he knows that the World Cup is around the corner. And Mason Mount, he has been exiled from the Three Lions, the English national squad, for many years now. And I think that he will be looking to get back into the national team. And he looks very determined to fight and to force his way into the national team again. So I think this is a good problem for Amorim. This is a good problem for Manchester United. Now it's up to Coach Amorim to see how he can keep both players happy. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Do you think that Cunha should start, or Mason Mount? Should he just keep on being selected in his place? What do you think? Do you think maybe Ruben Amorim needs to change his formation to accommodate both players, or maybe just continue to give Cunha a role from the bench? What do you think? I'd love to hear your opinions, your thoughts about this conversation. Thank you for joining me for this discussion. I hope to see you soon.